Good evening, class of 2025. My name is Eric Bishop, Assistant Principal for Curriculum at Port Charlotte High School, and I am thrilled tonight to be joined by Ms. Rebel Bachman, our Guidance Director and your Grade 9 Counselor. We are here tonight, obviously, to talk about registration and to answer any questions you may have. We are also here to offer visits to our school. You can set that up with me. My contact information is eric.bishop@yourcharlotteschools.net. Again, eric.bishop@yourcharlotteschools.net. Our phone number at Port Charlotte High School is 941-255-7485, and my extension is 3107. We'd be happy to sit with you to talk about a four-year plan, help to pick your classes for next year, and pretty much anything that you would want to talk about. We are just thrilled to be here to speak with you this evening. And now I'd like to share with you a quick video that explains some of our programs at Port Charlotte High School.
Good evening. I'm Eric Bishop, Assistant Principal for Curriculum at Port Charlotte High School. And on behalf of Principal Lou Long, I would like to welcome the class of 2025 to registration this year for grade 9. We definitely are interested to help in any way that we can. My contact information at Port Charlotte High School is eric.bishop@yourcharlotteschools.net. Again, eric.bishop@yourcharlotteschools.net. Feel free to reach out to me via email if you are grappling with what classes to take, have questions about electives, coursework, programs at Port Charlotte High School. I'm definitely eager to speak with you, give a tour potentially if you would like, or even meet with you in my office to set up a four-year plan for your children coming to Port Charlotte High School. And now, some explanation about some of our fantastic programs at Port Charlotte High School. I can tell you that last year was a big year for PCHS. We onboarded the Cambridge ACE program, and I'm happy to say that in our first year, we had over 800 students pass accelerated coursework through the Cambridge program. For those of you that have heard about the Cambridge ACE program, you will know that students have to take 7 classes, 7 tests that go along with those classes, and if they pass those in a 25-month window, students will receive full Bright Futures in the state of Florida. The full award nears $40,000. So I know that in this difficult time, especially with college looming in, believe it or not, the not too distant future, roughly 4 years from now, for many of your youngsters, this would be an added benefit and one that we're very proud of. Our teachers have done extensive training to make sure that our students are prepared to take the rigorous exams at the end of the Cambridge ACE coursework and, of course, emerge victorious in that process. I'm happy to say that this year we'll have almost 18 Cambridge ACE diploma recipients in just our second year of operation. Typically, it takes 3 years for students to earn the Cambridge ACE diploma, and we're hoping that in year 3, which begins next year with your grade 9 class, that we'll have close to 100 students who have earned the Cambridge ACE diploma and Fulbright Futures in the state of Florida. We offer roughly 15 different Cambridge ACE classes, and for grade 9, English General Paper and Thinking Skills are the 2 courses that you could take that would satisfy the beginning of the entrance into that program. Again, with more information there, please contact me, and I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you regarding the Cambridge ACE program. Another wonderful program we have at Port Charlotte High School is the Advanced Placement Program, one area that we have been leaders in this area for a long time. I'm happy to say that last year, as a matter of fact, the last 3 years, Port Charlotte High School has led the area and set the record for Charlotte County Public Schools with the number of students passing with 3 or higher. The AP program at Port Charlotte has been in existence since 1987, quite a track record over that time. I'm happy to say that due to our AP success, we've received recognition from U.S. News and World Report in 8 of the last 9 years as one of the highest performing high schools in the state of Florida. Again, a tremendous recognition and something that potentially your grade 9 student would like to enter. A typical course that a 9th grader would take is Advanced Placement Human Geography. That would also be taken in tandem with potentially ACE English General Paper and also ACE Thinking Skills. The benefit of taking that track, those 3 courses in the freshman year, is an increased GPA. This coursework for Cambridge and also for Advanced Placement is weighted on a 5.0 scale. What that does is allow students and families to achieve greater GPAs as they head into the post-secondary arena. So families seeking to enter college or university after going through 4 years at Port Charlotte High School will have the opportunity to compete in the very competitive college entrance landscape. 2 tremendous benefits of this program. Back to Advanced Placement, one of the reasons why Port Charlotte High School has seen so much success is due to its staff. We have several readers, table leaders, and even question leaders for the grading of the live exam for AP at Port Charlotte High School. It's just an amazing situation for us and for families to give that kind of opportunity and depth of knowledge to all of our students and watch them succeed on those rigorous exams. PCH also prides itself in offering a chance for industry certifications. So if college is not your route, so that would be your Cambridge ACE program and your AP program, if you're thinking more of career, we offer several industry certifications at Port Charlotte High School. Culinary ServSafe, TV Productions, Accounting QuickBooks, the Microsoft Bundle, AutoCAD, and Adobe are just a few of the programs that we can assist with families coming into grade 9 and hopefully take that initial industry certification and turn it into a career pathway, hence solving the college and career readiness angle for many of our families and our students to enter the workforce or college overly prepared. PCHS also offers a wide array of electives that our students can partake in. TV Productions, HOPE, ROTC, Culinary, AP Computer Science Principles, and many more. Again, I'm thrilled to speak with you this evening, and I look forward to meeting with any of you that would like to discuss more about the registration process and also the potential coursework that your incoming grade 9 class of 2025 students would like to partake in. And now I would like to introduce Ms. Rebel Balkman, our guidance director at Port Charlotte High School and grade 9 counselor. Her contact information is rebel.balkman@yourcharlotteschools.net. Again, that's rebel.balkman@yourcharlotteschools.net, and she can be found at extension 3107. I look forward to speaking with all of you. Have a good night. Thank you.
Now, a word from Ms. Faulkner.
Good evening, and let me also say thank you for allowing me here tonight. We've got a lot of information coming up for 8th grade programs. For the past several weeks, your students have been working on lessons and a unit on career planning and college planning, and we are going to be piggybacking on that lesson by helping them to develop a 4-year plan and complete the registration worksheets. I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to be using with your students, so I'll quickly run through this with you to show you what they'll be exposed to, and then on the 28th and the 29th, this Thursday and Friday, your students will have access to all of our materials. They will have a brochure with all important information on it. They will have a 4-year plan that we'll be working on together. We'll be bringing in the courses in the right progression. They will also have a registration sheet. Once we've completed that, then Port Charlotte High School, the counselors will come back on March 3rd. And we will actually be putting their classes into the schedule. So let me run through this PowerPoint, and that way if you have questions, this will be available online, and so you can view it again later if you need to. This first PowerPoint slide is where we begin discussing with the students some of the big programs that we have at high school. I talk to them about the military options. We talk about the Charlotte Technical College, the ACE classes and ACE diploma, AP classes and AP capstone diploma, as well as the opportunity that students have to attend FSW, the college, if that is what they want to do. What we are going to do is ask them to identify what career or what interests they have and try and match it up with one of the programs. This next slide, I kind of break down the differences between some of the bigger programs that lead to college credits, possibly. And we talk about the ACE classes, Cambridge ACE. We talk about the AP program, Advanced Placement Program, and also FSW College. And basically the difference between these three programs. The first two, primarily, they lead to college credit that can be earned once they attend the college. And it's based on whether they pass the test and what level that they pass it on. The FSW college classes, those college credits are earned as soon as they sit for the class. If they make a C or better in that class, they've started their college transcript. So we will be working through these different programs, and certainly after your students have had a chance to see this on Thursday and Friday, that may generate some additional questions for them. All right? Okay, another big program that takes a lot of the students' electives is the Charlotte Technical College. And for some students, this lines up exactly with what they are interested in doing. So even though this is not currently all the programs that they offer, the brochure that I'm giving to the students is current and it has all the opportunities. On the first day, when we come in on the 28th, we are going to be building their core classes, and on the second day, we're going to show the students how they can fit the different programs into their schedule. I always review graduation requirements because that is our first responsibility to your students. We have to make sure that we do graduate your students in 4 years. And as the students work through the 4-year plan, they will show how each of the graduation requirements are met. This is a copy of the 4-year plan that we're going to be working with. Notice that on the first column, we've listed the number of requirements in each category. And then we will start with the 9th grade. We will pick our English, our math, our science, our social studies, and then fill in later with electives. One note and things that I tell the students, because this is an overwhelming task for a lot of your students, to project 4 years in advance. And I try and tell them, this is just a plan. Tell your students to bring a pencil because we will be erasing, all right? We're gonna put the plan in, we're gonna figure out how to put in the program that they want, even if it means shifting core classes in different grade levels. So this is a plan, and next year, this time, we'll review it again and see if they're still on target with that plan or if they need to make changes. So it is not etched in stone. We can make changes. I'm showing them a sample plan because a lot of times the kids kind of tune me out when I start talking about Cambridge ACE and AP classes and that it's only for the smart kids. It's not. This sample plan shows how a student can get an ACE, Cambridge ACE diploma, starting with just your hardworking, good student that wants to go to college. So I've listed in the 9th grade just the one ACE class, and a possibility of taking a separate one, the critical thinking skills. So they're still taking Algebra 1, which is a normal 9th grade class. They're taking environmental science. They are taking their English. We're just adding in one to let them try the ACE program. And as we progress, this student will complete requirements by the end of their 11th grade year for the ACE diploma. So it is a possibility for all of our students. It's again based on tests, and we cannot know that until they actually sit for the first one. So I do show them this sample program. Right. And then finally, in the past, it's taken me the whole period to go through the registration worksheet with the students to say, okay, here's your choices in English. But this won't be as difficult to do in the future because they will have their 4-year plan. Their 9th grade year will be completely mapped out. It'll be a matter of taking the information off their 4-year plan and rolling it straight into the registration worksheet. Once again, this is the document that we will need on March 3rd to put their choices into the computer. And I wanted to make sure you guys did have contact information. Dr. Bishop can answer. I can answer questions. For me, the easiest way to get me in the next few weeks will be by email. All right?
And there you have it, class of 2025. So if your goal is to go to college, or your goal is to enter the workforce, Porchella High School is here for you. And now, time for a question and answer session.
Okay, am I live? Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, they changed my mic out. Hey, Dr. Bishop. So one of the big questions we get here at Murdoch is how does it work with CTC? In terms of choosing electives, do you have to stay in a program? So if I try a program, do I have to finish it? And so on and so forth. And I think we've got similar questions last year about Cambridge and ACE. So people who might be hesitating to try something new their freshman year, can you talk a little bit about what that looks like moving in and out of programs?
Certainly. So we definitely will not shackle a student into a program if the student realizes that, halfway through or at the end of that first year, that another choice is available for them and they think it's a better fit. So that's where the counseling piece comes in, and that's where I always defer to Ms. Balkman and her expertise. But whether it's going to the CTC, we have classes that they can start with us and then have part of their day at the CTC later on. For the Cambridge ACE program, they can dip their toe into the pool or they can dive right in. So we're there to offer them all of those opportunities and also the latitude to move if they realize that it's not really enough for me and I would like to try something different.
Fantastic. Another question we get from our 8th graders is in middle school, up until 8th grade, they don't have to retake a state assessment if they don't do well. So this is kind of something that some of our 8th graders are realizing is different at high school. Can either of you talk about what that looks like for our incoming freshmen? If I don't do well on my state assessments, what does that look like?
So I'll address that one. So we know that students to earn a traditional high school diploma have to satisfy the Algebra 1 AOC and also the FSA ELA Grade 10 assessment. However, if they do not meet those, they move into what we call concordance. At that point, students can earn a concordance score via an SAT or an ACT to still satisfy that graduation requirement. So there is a first impulse portion of that where they will sit for the very first time, but there's always a chance to make up for that if for some reason it doesn't go their way at that first time.
Absolutely. And then Ms. Balkland, can you talk about once we get to high school, here we know how to get in contact with our school counselor. Once they get to high school, what does that process look like for them? Because the high school is a much larger place, many more students involved. We can't just go to the front office and maybe see who we want to see.
I always tell the students at the very beginning that they just need to fill out a paper that says, I need to see my counselor. And
Okay.
it is funneled to the right counselor. And I will have 9th graders next year, right?
Yes. Also, I'd like to add to that. Last year was one of the first times that we've ever had just a 9th grade night prior to the beginning of school.
Oh, that would be great.
So it went just beautifully for us. We had a chance to meet some of our ninth graders. They were excited to get started. If for some reason there was a last minute adjustment that had to happen, we did it that night. So we encourage families to look at our website. This will be on our website, and also we'll have several other registration links there to answer questions. But I want to reiterate that at any time they can call myself or Ms. Balkman or any counselor for that matter if they'd like to come to take a tour of the school early, they'd like to meet with us to do the 4-year plan, they would like to talk about coursework and what is the Cambridge ACE program and how do I get my hands on that $40,000 full tuition at a state school. So those kinds of things we will sit with them individually and take care of. But 9th grade night, just for 9th graders, open house, all for them. And this year, we'd like to have all of our electives on board as well, so they could stop in to see some of the various parts and also acclimate themselves to the campus. So we actually let families walk around, they can go in classrooms, and then hopefully that decreases maybe some of the anxiety they have in that first day of school.
And you touched on the final question, scholarships associated with programs or things we might get involved in. I know you spoke heavily about it last year at our presentation, and I know the parents watching probably want to know how the scholarship works that you've discussed in the past.
Sure. So we'll talk about the Cambridge ACE program diploma option first. So students that pass 7 assessments and 7 designated classes for the Cambridge program earn Fulbright Futures, which is the Florida Academic Scholar. So again, that is full tuition at a state school. That is one of the best scholarships going. We also have the CIC, Career Information Center, where there are just a host of other scholarship options as well. So the Cambridge ACE diploma really enacts the biggest one for Bright Futures, but there are so many more that we apprise our students of.
Fantastic. And that's all the questions we have on our end, unless you'd like to continue with any information we've talked about. Okay.
I think we've got it.
Okay. How do you want them to close out?
Thank you. Thanks for having us.